Hey everybody, thank you so much for watching Taming of the Shrew. My name is Christy Burgess. I am the director of the Robinson Shakespeare Company and I directed Taming of the Shrew. I am joined here by two of my fabulous actors. We have Ellie and Christian. And hopefully you guys tell me, Christian, tell me what part you played.
I played Tronio.
And how was it? Did you enjoy it? Was it different from what you expected?
Well, I played like a lot of different roles throughout my time at Robinson Shakespeare. I did a lot of things. But this one was very different. Like I had to play like a role that like I never had played before, and like it was kind of cool to like do something different. Be like this time like I got a big role, and this was like kind of different. Like I never had like any before, so it was like kind of cool to have like something new.
Nice. Ellie, how about you? Who did you play?
I played Petruchio, and it's always interesting for me to play a man because I do feel like very feminine. I'm like very, I don't know. I've always felt very much like a woman, but it's awesome. Like it was just it brought me out of my comfort zone as usual, playing a man and playing somebody who's like very confident, and it like kind of brought out a side of me that was just so fun to explore that I don't really get to see in my daily life that often.
Nice. Now, so before the whole pandemic, we were going to set it in the 90s, and it was going to be we had this whole plan and we blocked some great scenes. How did you guys feel like your characters changed? I mean, going from like rehearsing in person to then having to do it online.
I felt like there was like different things that happened. Like we couldn't be like more active with each other, like how we would have been. Like we didn't even get to do the dance that we spent so much time learning. It's super hard, and like it was like hard because like you were just looking at each other from screen to screen and like not being with each other and doing some things that we thought would really be funny, but like we can't do it anymore because like we're not close to each other. So like I felt like that was very different, but it was kind of fun though,
Yeah,
honestly.
I agree. Like it was a hard transition. Like personally for Petruchio, just because I feel like the character I envisioned, like you just kind of like see who he is based off of like his body language and the way that he like enters a room and kind of yeah, that had to be taken away because it was online. So it was a challenge to try to like communicate the like swagger that I wanted to give him without having that like, physical presence.
Yeah, there's so much physicality we just had to let go, and like these little bits that we worked so hard on.
Yeah.
These things. So telling you a little bit about the technology, can you guys talk a little bit about what we had to do to be creative? Like Christian, can you talk about the green screen?
The green screen, my favorite part. Well, the green screen, good morning, sorry. But the green screen, we had to like, so we'll have like a green, like, blanket kind of thing, and like, we'll have to put it somewhere behind us so we could like have like a background. So a lot of us, we had to like be creative. We had to like have pens and all that. But for me, I just put it behind my back door. Miss Christie was able to help me out. But it was for me. I thought it was like, what am I going to do with it? It was that was hard.
Do you remember do you remember what happened when it first got dropped off? Do you remember what you yelled for your mom?
Yeah, I yelled at like some pins and a hammer.
Yeah,
I think that's what I
can I
yelled.
like recreate the scene? Okay, so me, Christian, do you need to hang that? This is Christian. I'm not even kidding. Mom! Mom! I need a hammer and some nails. So of course, like 10 seconds later, like Santa opens up the door and she's like, "What?" And I'm like, "No, no." I'm like, "Hang it in your doorway, like hang it in your doorway and shut the door." Oh my God, I can only imagine you like pounding into your wall and be like, your mom being like, "What?" And you're just like, "Miss Christy told me to." So, I mean, so
Yeah,
Christian like opened up his door, closed it, but if you look closely, if you go back and watch it, there are these two little white
yeah, the little
things
slit.
on the edge. Okay, so I didn't make, like, as a director, I didn't make the kids memorize their lines because I'm dyslexic and like I have such a tough time trying to memorize if I haven't blocked it. what was it like for you guys to like have the scripts? Like, what was your Christian? I know I saw your script like a lot. But that's okay. What was it like to have your script? Like, what did you guys do to make it work to not just look like you're like badly reading from a teleprompter?
I like
Well,
really struggled with that like a little bit, like finding the right place to put it so it didn't look weird. And like, you know, once you have it, like the temptation is like to just read off of it. So I don't know, like sometimes I would try to like make it seem like I was like looking it around and like keeping the expression on my face like when I was looking at the script. But that was definitely like a little bit of a challenge, I think, for a lot of people.
Nice. Christian, what about you?
well, for me, it was like positioning. So like it was kind of weird because like for the first couple days, I was like trying to so hard to like get a right positioning because sometimes it would look like I'm
what
low.
were some of the positions that you were in? Like, cause I think there
Well,
was a chair in front of you. Were you sitting on the floor?
well, for me, I had the green screen on the door, and then I have my like a little chair and like my little like my dinner table or whatever, like a little small like portable dinner table right next to my chair, so I could like hold my script and my computer. And so some position I had with my script was I'll have it on the keyboard, have it on the top right, top left, like all over the place, a different table for it. Yeah, it was crazy. And then like trying to read it off and like still have like emotions after it, that was kind of hard too for me. Like sometimes it was just go. Sometimes you don't know which emotion to choose from. Don't know if you're happy or sad. You just reading. It was kind of hard for me. That was very hard.
Man, I remember you had this great scene. I'm trying to remember which one it was, and I'm like, dang, like Christian just killed it. And then you like finish the line, and you're like, I'm like,
yeah.
The Nike swoosh shirt is what really got me. That was my favorite costume, probably.
You know, Tony made a choice. He made a choice. Did you guys
It was
remember how
like-
bad the first read through was?
Oh God, that was like
terrible.
the longest Zoom call in history.
We didn't even finish, did we?
No, we had to like do it another night too. And our Zoom call was like 2 hours long. And do you remember what I said like near the end, the note I gave you when I tried to prompt you, like, hey guys, so do you remember what genre play this is?
Yeah. That was a tragedy. That was.
It was like Taming the Shrew, like the tragedy, like the depressing version. So like and again, it's like acting on camera, which is basically like what we're doing, is really different from acting in person because you really get to like bounce off each other and like read each other's energy, and there's this joy that goes along with it. And after the first read through, I was like, what did I do? Like, what are my life choices right now? And I said to everybody, I was like, okay guys, I'm trying to keep my face chill though, even though like I know my game is probably I'm like, hey guys, so what genre play are we performing? And it was like a comedy. I'm like, yes, a comedy. So why do we all look like we're watching the last part of, you know, The Passion of the Christ? And like people laugh, but I'm like, that's it. Like they're like, yeah, very like serious, like true. But I think, I mean, it's like Zoom is difficult, but do you think that we like found it going like as we went on?
Yeah, we definitely found it. Definitely.
I think so. I think we just had to like let go, honestly. Like, because honestly, like I think a big problem was like me being able to like see myself.
Yes.
Like, because I could see like every choice I was making as it happened. Like it was so much harder for me to be in the moment, like you can when you're on stage with somebody. So I think like after we ran it a couple times, we were just kind of like, I think like as a group we just decided to just like go for it and just like stop worrying and just like try our best. And like I think once we like let go of like worrying about like looking dumb or like making a mistake with like the microphone or the technical issues, once we let go of that, when things really like came together.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think that there's some scenes where like I felt you guys play, which is really fun. Anything else about like the technological aspect of it that was surprising, that was difficult, that was frustrating, that was great?
We had a lot of difficulties about like some people internet. We had internet problems. We had mic issues. We would have buzzing sometimes, and then sometimes on the screens they'll have like these little pixel appearing. And there was a lot of things that went wrong, but we made it through it though.
Yeah, and I think virtual backgrounds like were awesome too. Like that was so cool to watch us like there, because you know the Robinson Shakespeare Company, we like pride ourselves on like our acting being much more important than the set. So it was just like kind of cool to like explore that a little more, and I feel like that helped tie things together. So that was one like cool aspect of having it on Zoom.
I totally agree. I think that the backgrounds really brought a lot to life, and they kind of helped people like step up. However, like I feel like the first half hour of like every rehearsal is like, okay, so go to the Google Doc I shared. No, it's the same one. No, not that one. Okay, you have to download it. You need to put the cursor. It's very interesting. And the reason why Christian had the green screen is like same with my computer. I have an old computer, and newer computers you can just do Zoom and like it'll have choose virtual background. But if not, you have to get like pretty creative. And so I found this like green sheet, like fabric from Joann's that worked, and then my wonderful AmeriCorps assistant Sarah got more fabric and then dropped it off to people who need it, and also lent some of the laptops we have here so people could do that. I do want to say like Christian is the most even keel kid I've ever met. I mean, Ellie, have you ever seen Christian in a bad mood?
No, never. I mean, even if he is, I feel like he could be like saying the saddest thing in the world and he'd still be like laughing about it. Like you wouldn't even
like
know.
Sunshine. Like every time I see him, it makes me happy. However, during this, I saw him like almost lose his stuff. Ellie, were you in that scene? The one where people kept like popping in at the end, and Christian was like,
"Oh my gosh!" Yeah, that
it was like we were so almost done, and we were like almost done, and it kept going. It kept happening though.
So Christian, can you explain to the audience at home, like probably just my mom, hi mom, who's listening.
All right, so what we did. Oh, okay. So what we did, we were trying to go over a scene so we can get it filmed, and put it into the show, right? And so we read through and then we record to see to go through it. And then so we're recording, right? We're going through, everything's going right, and then bang, another person pops in with their video open, just like, hey, and that's the first time. It's all right, it's no problem. Then we record again. Another time, and it's like, wow, we were almost done that time. Like, so it
was like hurts. Right at the end,
and it really hurts. And it was like, dang, now we got to record again, and like it was so terrible.
And then I don't even think we got it. We had to like film it on the last day. We had to film it on Friday.
Oh yeah, that's what we had to come back for. Yeah.
Yeah.
So guys, like, how do you feel about the results? Like, did you guys both watch it?
Yeah, I watched it. Me and my family sat downstairs and watched it together. I actually enjoyed it though, but I kept seeing like I was looking at me and I kept seeing like the little white halves.
Yeah,
I was like,
it was like, obviously it wasn't gonna be perfect. Like it wasn't gonna be our best production ever. Like, and it was just like, I don't know. It was cool to like see the moments where I was like, wow, we really pulled through. And then I was like able to like laugh and be like, oh my gosh, Noelle's hair is gone, or like somebody is like really close to the screen, or Chris's background is just falling apart.
Like Forrest's internet was so bad.
Yeah, no, a whole bunch of pixels on the screen.
I mean, like, I don't think anyone will ever understand. Like, do you remember the time where like Noel's just frozen and like, so I'm leaning and I'm like staring and I'm like, I can't tell.
She's not blinking.
I can't tell if she's just, she has no expression or if she's frozen. I'm like, okay, she's frozen. Like, we lost Noelle. Oh God! And then there was that scene where we were supposed to do like this pivotal scene with your character Ellie, and like
we just couldn't.
Oh, and and you were doing so well, and it was like gutting.
Yeah, there were some moments like that, but
what
was your guys' favorite part of like watching it?
Of watching it, I'll probably say the dancing scene.
Where you were like bobbing your.
Oh my God! I totally forgot about that.
Oh yeah,
can you
that was
talk
one
about
of my
that
favorites.
A little bit? Like, can you talk? Do you want to talk about that scene?
Well,
the Night at the Roxbury scene.
Yeah, I feel like that scene was one of the hardest or like most technical difficulties. I was having so many problems like with my script and like and me moving and I'm moving the table and like a lot of things are going wrong. But I liked it because it was like just funny. We just let it loose. We was just enjoying the time. We were just like having fun and like it was so much fun as an actor to do that, you know.
Yay. Ellie,
Yeah.
how about you?
I would say like watching it, just like any points where we had like choreographed some like physical contact to happen, like the punches and everything were funny, or like the transferring of like the jackets, like just like I don't see like any other like company like trying that hard to like come up with new ways to do things, and I think that just like reminded me of like how cool like this program is and like how we can make anything work. So like it was funny to watch those parts, but it also, I don't know, it was just kind of like sentimental for me since it's like my last year. Like this is just such a unique place and a unique thing, and like it was just so cool to see us all coming together to make that work.
So for those of you at home who don't know Ellie, she actually started in the Robinson Shakespeare Company when she was in 3rd grade. And now she is officially a freshman at Indiana University. And one of the things that I found today is actually a poster from, gosh, I don't even know what year this was. You were like 11, you said?
Yeah, I think 11 or 12. I think it was in 6th grade.
Oh my God. Here, look, I'm going to read what Cameron said. My bestie, you're the best actor I've ever known. I love you. I don't know what else to say.
Aw, so sweet.
Oh my God, that is so sweet. Anyway, so yes, this will be waiting for you when you come back to the office. That's what happens when you move after 12 years. So guys, like I realize that some people might not know anything about the Robinson Shakespeare Company. Do you want to like tell them maybe about it and like how long you've been involved and if you had a favorite role or if there's a role you want to play?
All right, I can go first. Well, the Robinson Shakespeare community is everything that you want that your children can be in. Like we have tutoring, we have Shakespeare, we have robotics, we have entrepreneuring, we have a lot of things that are just good for your children to do rather than do whatever they want or anything else. Or and like the Robinson Shakespeare is just like one big family. We just all just like love each other unconditionally. We're just so fun to be around. And we just love to be crazy, you know. It's one big crazy family, and like you will, and as you know, you'll play like roles that you'll like never think of you being like a dude or like a drunk person. You can do anything, and it's like just crazy. And like one of my favorite roles to play was like Demetrius, and I forgot what play that was.
Midsummer Night's Dream.
Yeah, and that was like a long time ago, but like I remember me having so much fun with my family, and you know, it was a great time.
Yeah, I would definitely also emphasize like the community aspect of the RSD. I mean, like we always say, it's an ensemble, it's a family. I mean, it's just crazy like how like many opportunities being in the Robinson Shakespeare Company has like given me. I mean, I went from like being like a little 8-year-old who was like scared to get up and perform, and like, you know, now I'm able to be like in AmeriCorps and like work there and like serve the place that has done so much for me, which is really awesome. And yeah, I've just grown so much. Like I've gained so much confidence. I've gained so many friends. Like I've learned how to build relationships with people who like, I don't know, I wouldn't normally like get to be friends with, or like they wouldn't be in my classes at school, and like even adults and like the AmeriCorps. It's just like such an amazing community that I literally don't think you can find anywhere else. And it's like, how many places like do you see like this like diverse group of kids like in backgrounds and ages and everything like coming together over Shakespeare? Like that's just so special, really. And like it's always felt that way to me. You can never escape it. Like I'm never gonna leave, you know, like I'm always gonna come back and be here.
It's better, like, oh my God, because now I'm gonna post like adorable baby pictures of you guys, both of you. Like, have you seen like this child who's not come in and seen us or given us back completely? Ellie, do you have a role? What was your favorite role that you did, or like something that challenged you or that was unexpected?
I mean, I really loved being Petruchio. like, you know, in my daily life, like I feel like I'm very like, I don't know, go with the flow, and like I try to like appease people most of the time and be like very helpful and like kind, and like just to like embrace somebody who is just like, you know, comes in, he's like a, you know, a strong guy, and he like takes what he wants, and he was like set on his goals, and he's like very like smooth and has like a lot of swag. I don't know, it's just cool to like see that more confident side of myself come out. But I mean, like one of my favorite roles was definitely Rosalind in Love's Labor's Lost. Like I will always love her so much, just like smart and sassy and like everything I want to be. And that was such a great play that I'd never even heard of before. So I think I'll always have to pick that as my favorite role.
It's a great role. It's a great play. Christian, you said your favorite was Demetrius?
Yeah.
Why Demetrius? I mean, I'm not saying like that's wrong. I'm just like curious.
I'm just saying, like I would never like play that type of role or like be that type of person ever.
Yeah, he's
And I
kind
was
of
like,
sassy, right? And
yeah,
he's like a little bit
like
mean, which like guys, if you meet Christian, like no one except for Ala will say that he's mean. She'll tell you that he's mean, but like I don't know. And she's like, Miss Christy, she's like, Christian's being so mean to me. I'm like, my Christian? And she's like, and Christian's like, but yeah, like that was it. You know, I think it's really good to have like characters that are stretches for you, because like so oftentimes like people are just going to cast like type. You know, this is your type, and I think it's really good to like break out of that and explore those other parts of yourself.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
What do you guys think? So, going forward, if somebody was like, you know, I'm inspired by this, I want to do a play on Zoom, what would be the piece of advice you would give to them?
Just go for it. Just, you know, just get you like a couple of friends or a couple of people, you know, and just go for it, you know, like there's nothing left to lose, you know, just have fun, you know. It doesn't matter. You just gonna have fun. Like just have fun.
Yeah, I agree. I would say like definitely like be patient and understand like
Definitely.
you know, just prepare yourself mentally for the obstacles that you're going to face. But like Christian said, like, you know, if you're keeping in mind that, you know, it's called a play because you're supposed to play, you're supposed to have fun, and if you can like, you know, keep your mindset on that, that's what's going to make it an enjoyable thing to watch, and it's what's going to make it a good memory. So yeah, if you keep your mind on the fact that it's a fun thing and that you'll enjoy it, you'll make it through the hardships.
Bad technology. I mean, just like if everybody had like the same speed internet, it would be one thing. But yeah, it was a challenge. You know what? Like looking back, I'm so glad we did it, because like I miss you guys. Like it's hard, you know, when you're so used to seeing people and coming together and doing things. It's hard to not do it. So even if it was frustrating at times, like in hindsight, in retrospect, I'm really glad that we did it, and I hope we never have to do it again. Seeing everybody in person is so much better. But like honestly, like if we have to do it again, like we're gonna do it, and I know that we would come up with like more interesting ways.
Yeah.
Christian would get those hammer and nails.
Go to work.
While we're filming, I'm just gonna say it is not Miss Christy approved. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Good talk.
Yeah, and thanks for hopefully watching the show. Bye, everybody.